This is Nick with Firewalls.com, and today I'm going to be talking about network zones, and specifically, I'm going to be setting up a guest wireless network zone so that we can keep that separate from our regular internal LAN. So the first thing that you're going to do when you're looking at your network zones is you're going to want to navigate to that tab within the firewall, and that resides within Network and Zones. Once you're in the Zones section, you're going to go ahead and just click Add so that we can begin configuring some of the settings for our network zone. Okay, from here, we're going to go ahead and name our zone. So I'm just going to name this Guest Wireless because that is what we are doing in this example. And I'm going to set it to be the wireless security type. And I do not want to trust this interface. It is a guest wireless. I need maximum security on this. However, from that, it is easy to think, well, maybe I should put in all of my security options here. That's not always what you want, but we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm also going to untick auto-generate access rules to allow traffic between zones on the same trust level because I just want to keep this separate. I don't want anything else talking to it. I don't care if it's the same trust level, it's a guest network, I want it on its own. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other traffic. So, as I was saying just a moment ago, it makes sense to want to enable a bunch of security services on your guest wireless because, of course, you want it to be as secure as possible. However, that is not what I'm going to be doing in this example because what I am looking for is having a network that is separate from the rest of the network and essentially is a public Wi-Fi where it is up to the user to not go to a website they shouldn't and get a virus. That's what the guest wireless is for the people that we don't trust to be on our corporate network. So I'm actually going to leave all of these security services alone except for intrusion prevention just because I don't want anything hopping across networks by some chance. That isn't necessarily a priority and you don't have to have it. It's just a habit that I've picked up over time, but it's a decent habit to have. So within guest services, I'm definitely going to enable that and allow the guests to communicate with each other over the network. A few of these can be important. I will leave the antivirus check on and the content filter check on, but I do have DPI SSL enabled. And I'm going to allow this to be bypassed solely because DPI SSL can take a lot of network resources, and I don't need that extra layer of security on my guest network. I also am not going to need any kind of authentication on this because I am just going to let whoever wants to connect to that guest work connect to it. That's part of the whole point of it. And just to be sure, I'm going to go ahead and deny any kind of traffic going between my local LAN and this guest network. So deny any traffic to LAN subnets. And 10 guests is fine. I don't expect to have any more than that on this network at one time, although that could be different for you and will be an important configuration if you plan on having more users than just those 10. Now you can get also a little bit more specific in these zones, and these options will apply a little bit more to other types of zones, such as if you want to have multiple SSL VPN zones so that you can limit the access that certain users have to your network over the remote access VPN. However, I am just configuring a guest wireless network currently and do not want to add any kind of SSL VPN enforcement, nor do I want to mess with any of the access point configurations that are listed here. All of these defaults will work just fine for what I'm trying to accomplish. And the same goes for the Radius server. It is a guest network, like I said. I don't need any kind of user authentication. Whoever wants to connect to it can connect to it. It is separate from my LAN network. and it will stay secure no matter who connects to it. So after confirming that as my guest wireless zone, it is configured and is ready to be applied to an interface or a wireless network, and most often it will be both. So that is how you configure a guest wireless zone and a brief overview of some of the options within zone configuration management that you have on a SonicWall firewall. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day.